Yo, what is up, everybody? This is K-Rail, and I'm reporting live from my apartment in beautiful Park City, Utah. The sun is out. It was snowing this morning. It is actually going to be a semi-beautiful day so far. And it has been far too long that I did a Facebook Live all by myself. Well, here we are in March, right in the heart of this whole thing that's going on across the universe, which we don't need to go into detail about because we all know about it and we're all struggling with it. But I'm here to tell you this. Now is not a time to be afraid. Now is not a time for fear. Now is a time to think outside the box. Now is the time to get creative. Now is the time to be calm and to stay as fit as possible. And if you've been following me the past couple weeks, I've been blasting out all these exercises like a machine gun first thing in the morning on Facebook and all my social media pages. And if you haven't done so yet, make sure to go to my YouTube page, my six-pack challenge, and check out some of those videos. So you can do some exercises to add to your repertoire right now to stay fit. And speaking of which, you know how it works. We gotta do a movement break. It's still pretty early in the morning. Well, not necessarily early in the morning, early in the day. It's late morning now. And it's time, anytime is a good time to do a movement break. So I've been running since about 7 o'clock this morning. And it's time for a movement break. So I'm gonna try to adjust my camera and see if I can fit myself in down there. And we're gonna do a fun little crossbody pattern. Here I am. Look at that, I just re-emerged. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put our hands on the side of our head. We're going to bring our legs up like this. You're going to extend one leg out straight. And what we're going to do is bring our knee to our elbow. And we're going to bring this knee in like this. So we're going to do a half bicycle crunch, half flutter kick. Ready? Here we go. I know, my angle is a little obtuse. Here we go. Go. Back and forth. Smooth as can be. Knee to elbow, knee to elbow, knee to elbow. Now notice, this leg is staying straight. This leg is bending. So that right there is a brain bender. Then when you start twisting back and forth like this, now switch sides. We're doing a cross-body pattern. So we're getting an amazing ab workout, and we're also firing this thing up right here. And in case you didn't get the memo, that's called your brain. And guess what needs to happen to get through tough situations? You got to have a strong brain. Forget about the biceps and the abs and everything in between. If your mind isn't right, you're going to be in trouble. So we need to focus on keeping this sucker straight, okay? This is our computer. This runs everything downward. Everything starts from the ground up and it comes back down. So if we can sharpen our brain, we can stay calm. And right now, what's not being addressed is all of the side effects of the coronavirus. I'm not talking about coughing and sneezing and stuffy head, fever, so you can rest medicine type stuff. I'm talking about the people who are chronically depressed. Let me catch my breath. Actually, let's take a breath together. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Now, didn't that feel good? It did. I feel good. I'm going to have some water. Bear with me for 2 seconds. Here's where the secondary problems are starting to occur. People who are losing their businesses, people who are losing their livelihood, they're starting to do very bad things. I'm seeing suicide rates starting to skyrocket right now. This needs to be addressed. It needs to be stopped immediately. We cannot allow our country to falter and to go down because of a virus. Yes, we have to protect ourselves. We got to do social distancing. We got to wash our hands. We got to do all those things. But here's what you also have to do. You've got to think positive and you've got to stay positive. And by gummit, all this stuff that's going on right now is driven by fear and it's driven by a virus. A virus has a very voracious appetite. It started with one person. One person in China started this whole entire thing. And guess what happened? It flew across the country like hotcakes. It's around the world. It's global now. And it's affecting the whole entire universe. Now, just think about this. One person started a mass pandemic that is super horrible and super negative and super terrible and has everyone on edge right now. And everyone's sleepless and everyone's anxious. Everyone's sitting at home eating everything in sight. And getting out of shape, and getting heavier. Now, what if you completely flipped the switches and said, okay, I woke up today, I don't have any kind of chest congestion, I don't have a sore throat, I don't have a fever, I feel good, what can I do to spread positive chi? Did you ever think about it? Yeah, we can put negative things out there, and we can instill fear in everybody, and anxiety, and depression, and you can walk into a room and pulverize everybody with your negative attitude. Or you can flip the switch and say, I'm alive, I'm breathing, finances aren't so good right now, the economy's not so good, but what is going good? And if you don't know what's going good, find out what's going good. And try to create something that's going good and try to put it out there into the universe. I talk about it all the time, how we have this nonstop pool of energy swirling around us, 100 miles an hour. Whatever you throw out there, you're getting back in return 10 times greater. Think about that. So the bottom line is, right now is the time to do whatever it takes to survive. What can I do to get my bills paid? Am I going to get unemployment? Am I going to get a grant? Am I going to get a loan? Can I do what's it going to take to get me to where I got to go? People, I've been in this situation that everyone is in right now for months. I would go as far as saying years, where it came down to the wire. Where, how am I going to get my bills paid? How am I going to take care of this? How am I going to do that? Stressed out, anxious, lost sleep, the whole shebang. I've already been there and done that. I've battled eating disorders. I've battled emotional disorders. I was close to back in 2008, I didn't care if I lived or died. And I survived it all. I went through it all. Now, I see that the nation has been leveled to a pulp, the whole entire world. Everyone is in this together. What we can do is we can contribute positive chi to the whole problem. Hey, Wendy, how's it going? Wendy, I'm glad that you picked up trash. Great. Be careful about picking up trash nowadays, because someone was behind the scenes sending me some nasty messages because I was out picking up trash last week. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I can't go out and pick up trash? No, I don't live in fear. I'm sorry, I don't. And think about it. When you live in fear, you attract more fear. When you live in hate, you attract more hate. When you think about lack, you attract more lack. So the last thing any of us should be doing right now is buying in 100% to all the horrible negative projections that are going on out there. I firmly believe that if your positive energy is strong enough, you can achieve anything, you can do anything, you can create global change, positively global change, instead of all the negative. We already know what's going on. Economy's going down, businesses are getting disrupted, families are getting out of their groove, kids are starting to drive their parents crazy. I'm hearing it all. I'm hearing all the complaints. People are eating around the clock. They're not doing any fasting. They're not even working on their fitness or anything like that. I'm telling you right now, now is the time more than any time before that you should focus on your fitness. You've got to be strong mentally and physically right now to battle all this that's going on. And you've got to try to dig deep and find a way to survive every single day. Live in the present moment. I'm telling you that right now. That is something that we do not do enough of. We think about too much into the future. We think too much into the past. So-and-so did me wrong and blah, blah, blah. That's great. Guess what? It's March 28th. March 20th came and I'm like, spring cleaning time. Bang! I got rid of all the toxic people, things, places, objects that were in my life. I got rid of them all between March 20th and 22nd. And guess what? I'm actually feeling pretty good right now. I wake up, I have the energy and the strength to exercise, and then I say, how can I survive this day? How can I survive this month? And how can I contribute something good to society? That's what we need to do, and that's what's missing, and that's what's lacking. So I want all of you out there to start thinking about, what can I do to stay fit mentally, physically, emotionally? What can I do to stay strong? What can I do to contribute something good to society? If it is picking up trash, that's great. If I start picking up trash again, I can't now because we got a foot of snow the past couple of days. But once the snow starts melting back off, I'm going back outside and I'm picking up trash again. And if I get arrested, if I get thrown in jail because I'm picking up trash, there's going to be an uproar. You're going to see the third rail come out. And you don't want to see the third rail. I'm telling you that right now. And if I see someone that gets in my grill or yells at me because I'm out picking up trash, I'm going to be like, you need to go home and you need to take a couple deep breaths and you need to eat some kale, man, because your chlorophyll levels must be off. So that is my big long speech for today. It's been great chatting. Practice that drill that I just did back there. By the way, that drill we did, hopefully some of you did it. Maybe I doubt you did it with me, but after watching the replay, maybe you'll get down on the ground and do it. It's a brain bender. I make it look kind of elementary, but I promise you it's hard because you have to think about one leg being straight, one leg being bent, and crossing your elbow over to your knee. And it is called a bicycle crunch flutter kick for any of you that want to get really technical. And that's a really good one for your abs. And I would suggest throwing it into your core routine. And also, like I said, go to my YouTube page. I've been stocking it up with exercises. And remember that you can do a million things in a very small space. And I've got basically 10 feet of space behind me here. And I've been getting great workouts. In fact, I feel I'm in better shape at this time this year than I was last year at this time. Go figure on that one. Yeah, Lisa, the third rail, I was thinking about that. In case you all don't know what the third rail is, there are trains out in New York City, Connecticut, Boston, etc. And they are driven on two rails. But what you don't know is there's a third rail that's buried beneath the ground that's electric. And if you ever wondered how these trains actually move, this is what happens. The third rail gets flipped on and it causes a magnetic signal to go through the two other rails, causing the train to move. And there's a saying that goes, if you ever try to cross the third rail, you're going to die instantly, because if you walk across the third rail and it's lit up, you're going to burn to a crisp like that and fry. So a friend of mine once said, dude, you got so much energy, you're like the third rail. And they're like, ironically, that's name is rail. So he started calling me the third rail, and that's where the third rail comes in. So there's my big long story about the third rail. Okay, so usually when I end, I say try to get 8 hugs for 8 seconds a day. I'm still enforcing that rule. I don't suggest hugging strangers. for the obvious reason. Hopefully you have some family members that you're living with, or you have a significant other, or a husband, a wife, a spouse, a partner, I don't care what. If you do, now is the time to realize that what's happening is a lesson that we're being taught, a lesson in human connection, which we have become lost with over time. So I guarantee when this thing is over, you're going to be excited to see people. You're going to be excited to hug people and hold hands. And you're going to be excited to go to your grocery stores and your restaurants and your bars and everything that you didn't really think about before. And when you go out to dinner with friends and family members, the last thing you're going to be doing is sitting on your phone texting and sending emails. You're going to put your damn phone down and you're going to look across the table and look someone in the eye and you're going to say, I love you, I miss you, I'm so glad this thing is over. And we have to make sure that we stay connected from now on. So this is a big learning lesson. Just understand that. And if you're able to see it, understand it, and you're able to contribute something good to this world, now is the time to do it. Now is the time for creation and invention. If you have some kind of idea, whenever something goes to pot like this and it's really bad, there's always an upside. And those who are able to recognize that and can figure out the void that's there and satisfy it, you're going to be monumentally successful coming out of this. But right now, we have to just stay calm. Take deep breaths, think positive thoughts, always keep the mind going. You got to keep your computer as strong as possible, just like you do the rest of your body. And that is a fact, Jack, especially right now. Okay, it's time for me to break my fast. I'm about 16 and a half hours in. And if any of you have any questions or comments, feel free to hit me up. Make sure, still try to get your 8 hugs a day. Always think in the present moment. Do at least one good deed without having any expectation of anything in return, and always live in the present moment. And right now, this is the present moment. And there is no greater moment than the present moment. Till next time, this is K-Rail reporting live. Make it a great day. Later.